So guys, with this new event week in GTA Online, we did finally get the ASP Firebolt. Now I think I mentioned this in the event week video, but the Firebolt has been in the game since Agents of Sabotage was released, but this was sort of locked to next gen players through the career rewards tab. So we now can finally purchase this without having to go through all of them career rewards first. So yeah, in this video, I will just show you guys some of the different customization options, obviously use the HSW upgrades with this car, and then eventually get around to giving my honest opinion. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get into this video. So first things first, this event week actually does include the Firebolt at two different locations. The first one is of course at the LS car meet, and the second one is the luxury dealership. So you really have two choices where to purchase this from. You can also go over to the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website, where it will cost you just under $2 million. You can also see that it does have the missile lock-on jammer available and the HSW upgrades. Depending what console or PC you play on, I would probably suggest just buying it from one of the different places. For example, if you do have access to the HSW upgrades on next gen, then I would probably just buy this from the LS car meet. It will just save you a little bit of time, but just keep in mind it will cost a bit more money because of the upgrades already applied. For example, I went to buy it here and you will see it will cost me just $3 million. So do not be shocked by this because it already does have some upgrades. The same would also be true with the luxury autos dealership, and if you do not have the next gen things, I would probably just purchase it from there. Then again, this is really your choice. It does not really matter what you do. You could even just purchase it from the website directly and start from scratch. After waiting around some time, the Firebolt was delivered into my garage, and now I can really begin customizing this vehicle. Now for the basic things like armor upgrades, brakes, and everything like that, I just tend to go for the last option, and in this case, because it is the HSW upgrade, I can throw on things like the HSW brakes, turbo, and other things like that. What I found really nice about this vehicle is you do get the option with the exhaust where you can have it sort of on the side of the vehicle like this. I really do like this look, so I actually kept it. And even if you don't like this look, you can also have it on the back if you want to. Another thing that I also noticed was in the hood section. You will be able to see that we have the oval intake bug catcher and some of the other intakes just popping out the hood. I do sort of like this. At first I was a bit undecided whether to have this upgrade on or not. I actually think it really makes the vehicle stand out just that little bit more. Onto the different liveries, we have a few options. Now some of these are pretty basic, but one that really stood out to me and is already on the vehicle is this one here called Parts Hauler. I think this livery looks really clean. It also has this sort of Los Santos Customs emblem, which I really do like. I also really like the red of this vehicle, so I did not change any of the color or anything. We can also add some different skirt options. Now I was a little bit wary of this one specifically, because if you guys remember the bail office van, it does have some skirts on that one, and every time you guys drive past something, you have a really high chance of hitting things with that. For some reason, the skirts on that vehicle were so massive and really stuck out. But this one, it doesn't seem too bad. I mean, I'm still going to put them on, and after I did drive this around for a while, I did not really notice much of a difference. Something that really made me laugh with this vehicle is the spoilers. Now for some reason, they do look a little bit out of place, but I still went for one anyway. You will see that the vehicle also gets this sort of support for the spoiler, which honestly looks pretty unique. I don't think I've seen this on many other vehicles, so yeah, I just threw on the last spoiler. You can see it does look a bit goofy. Another thing that I also really liked as well was the sun strips. You will see it does have that Los Santos branding, so yeah, I really do like this one. I think it is based on the livery as well, so that does make sense. And then ready from here, I left the vehicle pretty much stock apart from maybe the tints in the windows and obviously the bulletproof tires. I did not apply any of the lights or horn, and yeah, this is really it fully customized with the full HSW upgrades on. And let me just say to you guys, after driving this around, it was genuinely so good. It handles very similar to the Banshee GTS. I think Rockstar are starting to make these HSW vehicles a lot more heavy so that they can handle things much easier. I mean, you guys can see that I'm pretty much going full speed and I can still turn very well, and this kind of surprised me, especially the speed of the car. Obviously with it being HSW, it will still pretty much brake 130 miles per hour no matter what, but just how well it can handle just honestly surprised me so much. I was really in shock. The last thing that I thought I would test was one of the HSW time trials that I made. Now I say it is a time trial, but it is more just a speed test overall on a massive long track. I have done this test with the GTS and all of the other HSW cars that are really fast, so it sort sort of gives you guys a nice little comparison of what is the fastest, etc. It is also worth mentioning that the ASP is also an off-road vehicle. So for this HSW speed test, I did have to select the off-road class. I think a fair comparison would be against the Monstrosity, because I also think that this is an off-road car or vehicle, but you'll see just how fast this can be. Obviously, I get the boost of the start of the race, and I will also speed this section up because it does take a long while with it being such a long track. And after some more time, you will see that the ASP with the HSW upgrades got a pretty nice time of just over 1 minute, which honestly is pretty good. It is not the fastest though, and to actually show you guys just how the fastest vehicle does perform, I did do another speed test with the GTS. I mean, this is just completely unfair, but you will just see how fast the GTS is. The GTS got a time of 52 seconds, so honestly, the ASP is not too far off this. I mean, it is to be expected with it being an off-road vehicle, but even knowing this, I still think it is incredibly fast for what it is. And if we pair this with how well it handles, also its lock-on jammers, I think this is a really good option for public sessions. I also tested if you guys can shoot out the back, because with some bigger vehicles in GTA Online, sometimes they do get obstructed, and it does look like you can shoot directly out of the back windows, so that is very good as well. To also show you guys just how well it can handle, I'm going full speed here, and you will see just how easy this is. I don't think I even slowed down once either, so yeah, handling wise, I think this is really good. I would really like to see the lap time of this. I definitely think it will compete with vehicles like the Niobe, potentially even the weaponized Ignis. I think the weaponized Ignis is probably a really good comparison to this vehicle. Obviously, it is in a completely different class, but the weaponized Ignis also feels like it is really heavy, giving it that better traction. The weaponized Ignis is also not the fastest HSW car. I believe it is the 10th or the 11th in terms of its overall top speed, so that would probably be a really good option to compare this to. And obviously, price-wise, the weaponized Ignis does cost a lot more. To give my final verdict on this vehicle, would I say that you guys should purchase this? It really just depends. With it being a career award, I would actually just say to you guys to get that instead and save nearly $2 million on the original vehicle. But for those of you guys on the old gen consoles without the HSW upgrades, I can't really justify buying this car unless you guys really like the look of this and the different customization options. But if you do have the next gen update with the HSW things, I would definitely say this is maybe a good purchase. But once again, I would definitely go for that career challenge, get the vehicle for free, and then you have a bunch of money left over to either customize and upgrade the vehicle. I think that would probably be the best way to do this. For those of you guys out there who just want the fastest HSW cars, I would probably not pick this one up. Obviously, if you have the GTS already, the GTS is still the fastest thing in the game, at least in terms of standard vehicles. Also keep in mind you can test drive this vehicle at the LS car meet, so if you are potentially thinking about picking this up, I recommend trying it for yourself first. But yeah guys, that was really it for this video, just showing you guys the Vapid Firebolt ASP, which is now available for everyone to purchase. If you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I always appreciate your support. And if you are new here and like what you see, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.